When it comes to your brand, you need to know your brand personality. How do you want to present yourself to your ideal client? What feelings do you want to invoke in them so that they can see you as the solution to their problems? And you do that by way of your brand visuals as well as your brand voice. But your brand visuals are definitely important because we are visual people, and so what they see will then invoke those feelings and kind of start them trusting you and your brand. And they'll also get to know you. They'll know, okay, when I see this font or those colors or things laid out in this way, that logo, then I know it's this company. And you're going to get all of that in the branding workshop that's within the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit. As a DIY entrepreneur, of course, you need to have your online salesperson, which is your website, so that your clients or your potential clients can visit the site so that they can find out more about you, as well as the company and your services and how they can do business with you, right? And also, as a DIY entrepreneur, you should know how to create your own website. And so all of the steps that you need, from getting your domain name to setting up your hosting, your business emails, setting up your pages, all of the back end of WordPress, what are the concepts behind setting up your header and the first page that persons are going to see, all of the things that you need, especially when it comes to the tech. All of that is included in the website creation course that's within the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit. You're anxious about how and when you're going to build this successful business because you don't have a roadmap. You don't have a strategic plan to get you from where you are now to that end goal. And inside the strategic planning workshop, that's where you're going to start off with the big overarching goal and work through that, break it down, build a complete roadmap so that you can go from your day-to-day activity, your weekly, your monthly, and your quarterly activity so that you could eventually, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, reach that end goal and have a successful business that's going to support you and your family, and it's going to give you the freedom to work with who you want to work with, when you want to work, and where you want to work. All of that is inside of the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit. You need help with content planning, batching, scheduling, thinking about what content you need that's going to not only attract your ideal client, but also convert, get them to form a community around you and your brand. And you need help with that. Inside the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit, you're going to find multiple different ways that you can do this. One way may not work for you, and so there's other ways. There are templates, there are different spreadsheets, worksheets, planners, things that you can use to help you and make it easier. And I go through this with my clients, and that's inside the toolkit waiting for you. Have you worked out your email marketing strategy? Did you get your platform set up? Do you have your broadcast or your email sequences set up? Your nurture sequence, your sales sequence, your welcome sequence, are those things done? Do you know the tech behind all of that? If you don't, you need to get the Entrepreneur Toolkit. All of that is inside the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit. You need help with your sales and marketing, from understanding what a sales funnel is, how you're going to articulate to your client how you solve their problems and what they need to do to work with you. How is it going to look when you do this in your stories, on your feed posts, your blog posts, when you do this on your website? How are you going to lay out your website to show the client what it is you do, how you're going to solve their problems, how you're going to convert them? All of this is inside the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit, so you can go ahead and take a look. You need tech support. Almost everything you do in your business is going to require software, some sort of tech, and you may not necessarily be that tech savvy, or you may not have used that particular platform or that software before. I will be there. So even though the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit is you doing everything yourself, there's going to be under each module, each video, a section for comments, questions, queries. And if you find yourself stuck in that module, you can say what your issue is, ask a question, and I will be able to respond to it. And so even though we may not be meeting in person or one-on-one or as a group the way I do in my other programs, you're going to still get tech support from a tech expert. And all of that is inside the DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit. Number 8, you need accountability. Most entrepreneurs, especially the ones that I work with, they're completely overwhelmed with everything that they need to do, and you sometimes procrastinate. The biggest motivator for a procrastinator is a deadline. Okay, and so for the price of one payment of $50, you will have access to the entire DIY Entrepreneur Toolkit, but for a limited time until the 31st of January 2025. And so that deadline is going to keep you going through the modules so that you can get your business set up for a successful 2025. On top of that, that price, that deal is only going to be good until the end of November, just for Black Friday up until the end of the weekend. Okay, so grab it now.